Oh. We're doing one. Oh, damn, I'm hot. Sorry.
We
Finally
are
doing one.
Bacalacca.
We have a lot to cover this episode. It's been how long? It's been a month since we recorded last.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
My bad. And we'll get into it. We'll definitely be getting into that.
Oh yeah, I got some things on my brain that we're getting into.
I would love to hear all those things because I miss talking to you.
Oh, we're getting deep in there.
We've got the lighting is real nice and chill.
Deep.
It's gonna be an intimate episode, I think.
Oh, it's gonna be deep.
I don't like it when you say that to me.
It's gonna be deep.
Anyway, okay, so man, I don't even know where to start. I literally took notes because I've experienced some things over the last 2 weeks, especially that were, last 3 weeks that have not been fun. One of which was that gosh dab horse crap COVID-19.
Yes.
Your boy ended up having it.
Yes, having it in it.
I'm like choking.
Yes, you tested positive.
Yeah, and it sucked. Literally the worst part of all of it was the isolation.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, I'm a social boy.
Yeah.
I need my friends and I need my family.
Right.
And sitting in, however nicely lit my apartment, like,
did you get
I
to?
still was so, like, sad.
Maybe what you should have did is like sit out there on your porch and talk to your downstairs neighbor about it.
Oh, hell no. No. God bless her. I actually haven't really seen her in like a month and a half, and I started to wonder.
You haven't seen me about a month and a half either, so.
No, that's also not true.
But I'm also not your downstairs neighbor, so.
But for real, I haven't seen the crazy one in like a month and a half. And
really?
I'm not mad about it. Like
Maybe
I saw her one day when I gave her mom mail that came to my mailbox because I found out that they used to live in this apartment.
No way.
Yeah. So there's probably like some kind of weird crucifix hidden in the wall or something. Somewhere.
Or cameras.
Oh, shit. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Why'd you say that to me? I'm often naked in my own home and I don't.
And she's seen it all.
Great. That explains why she stopped talking to me. I was after that Schmeat, and what I got was a Vienna sausage, and so I don't I don't talk to him anymore. Anyway, so yeah, COVID-19 was a lot of fun. We ended up having to quarantine a couple of our coworkers.
A couple?
Well. Yeah.
You had me quarantined.
I didn't do it on purpose.
That's why I text you. The first thing I text this guy after I found out, I text him, "Thanks, asshole," and he texts me back, and he's like, "For what?"
Yeah, I should have been like, "You're welcome?" ? But yeah, I don't know. It wasn't that bad. Like I started off with a little bit of fever and a runny nose, and then lost my sense of taste and smell, and then that was pretty much the only like symptoms I had. So
really.
Yeah, I still, and I guess it's to my own detriment, but because I've had it already, like now I for sure am like, this is crap. Like this is a hoax. Like I'm not even worried about it.
Right.
And now that everyone's freaking out again, like.
But what's crazy is the ICUs are filling up at other places. You know what I'm saying? But maybe it's, I don't know. Like I often wonder what would happen if I got it. But like I'm a big guy, but I'm also
do you
active.
Have asthma?
I don't have asthma. I had asthma when I was a kid, but I outgrew it.
Yeah. You can outgrow asthma?
Yeah.
What the hell? I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
like I was on albuterol. I had to take breathing treatments, everything.
Yeah.
And that's back when the breathing treatments looked like a Nintendo.
That's a fun thing that does to your voice.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. See, and that's the part where my conspiracy theorist brain comes out because I don't know how much of this is legitimate and how much of it is like
right. Blown out of proportion.
Yeah, and the whole election year thing. If you do any amount of Googling, you'll see that plastered everywhere.
Every 4 years, there's something.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know. Just freaking vote. Like, stop trying to be petty and just go out and
Yeah.
take care of the problem.
Stop with this
you believe there
extra
is one.
nonsense. I don't need, I don't need to vote because some dramatic thing has happened. Like, stop, people.
Right.
But anyway, so I have some questions
I have answers, hopefully.
that I really feel like the world needs to know about you.
About me?
Yes.
Okay.
And your past.
Why am I nervous? Go ahead.
So you used to date this chick. I've heard you talk about her a few times. Oh, yes.
Is that the one I think it is?
Yes.
The one that I made the TikTok series about?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
So you have a TikTok series on this.
Yeah.
I feel like if TikTok knows, the world needs to know.
I feel like I need to play the initial one that started the whole thing.
Yes.
If I can find it real quick.
Let's get a soundbite of that, and then we'll go into detail.
Oh, man. I feel bad. I kind of don't want to talk about it anymore.
I kind of, no, sir. It can't be on TikTok,
But
not on the podcast.
It does. Yeah, you're right. It does live in. Shit, I don't want to talk about this. Wait, where is it? I was wearing the stupid sun hat. There it is. Okay, here's the TikTok.
So I used to think that I had great taste in women, but then I remembered I've dated 2 lesbians and a girl that thought she was a wizard. And now I don't think that anymore.
I hate that we're doing that.
Yes, so I need to know.
So, like,
Hold on, let me stir my cup.
weird sound.
I need to know a little more about this wizard.
So it was like middle school ish, around that area.
Do you think she's still a wizard? Or maybe she's a full-blown witch now?
No, I think that she's clinically, like, maybe been diagnosed.
What if she's like a god of magic now?
I need to delete every video.
Or we see her.
She will find me.
We see her at the next Comic-Con, like, as the idol there.
Oh God, that would be very interesting. That would be a very crazy, like, progression of events, because she was a little eccentric, a little air quotes, when we were dating, and then like got worse, and then got a little agoraphobic and didn't leave her room for like 3 to 5 years. Yeah, like she kind of went crazy.
She stayed in her room.
Yeah,
for
like
3 to 5 years.
Yeah, do you know what agoraphobia is?
No.
It's literally like the fear of leaving like your safe space.
Wow.
And so she stayed in her bedroom for like years and tried to like finish school. I think she got her GED and then like started online college courses or something. And then got real swole. Not like muscular, but just like ballooned, kind of. Not that that's really important, but I don't know. She just kind of went off, and then I don't know where she is now or what she's doing.
Okay.
It was kind of sad.
So tell me about this relationship. There's some stories that you told that I'm kind of interested in hearing.
Go to TikTok. Just watch it on TikTok.
No, sir.
God bless. I don't even remember what all I talked about.
There was a magic wand in one.
Oh, at the end, there was the lack of a wand, and she was mad about it.
Okay.
But so in front of my parents' house, there's like another line of houses, and behind those houses used to be like a wooded area before they built that entire neighborhood when we first moved over there. And so we were kids. We didn't have freaking cars or anything, so we would just walk around and hang out in the woods. Well, we ended up finding like this little circular area that had some kind of like old hospital chair bed thing.
Okay.
That was like it.
Just in the middle of the woods?
Yeah.
I didn't think that was creepy.
Not so much, because like random trash just like ends up in places.
That's not random trash, but whatever.
I mean, it was kind of trash. Like it was like you could tell that like some kids had been maybe smoking there,
doing it on it
for like a minute.
My question is,
think about that at that
what
time?
did that do? What's the story of that getting there? Like that's creepy as hell.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like I said, I think it was just like some older teenagers used to like smoke out there, so they brought like this random chair that they got a hold of. But we would go out there and we'd hang out, and then sometimes we'd get to like kissing or whatever, and then she would draw like a circle around us in the dirt, and then she'd be like, "Oh, we're safe," and I was like, "Oh, you're crazy." And we're like, "Oh, we're safe." like kind of, I was like, "This is freaking weird," but we're safe, I guess. Whatever, fine. I was like, "It's kind of cute." So, like in hindsight, like this is absolute nonsense, and like every time I think about it, I cringe, like because it's
right.
When I talk about it as an adult, I'm like, you're an insane person, and you should not have been in that situation. And I was also a dumb hormonal teenager that wanted to just like get wet,
right?
And you know how teenagers are. But I don't know. So she did that, and then she started bringing me like tiny trinkets and things to keep on my person.
And dead frogs.
Small trash. Like, no dead frogs.
They were alive.
She made me eat them at gunpoint.
Right.
No. Yeah, she would just start bringing me like little rocks and little sticks tied together and shit, and like would be mad at me if I didn't have them on my person whenever we were together for whatever reason.
Wow.
And you know, that should have also been a giant red flag. And then like the thing that broke the camel's back, I guess, was we were waiting. I think my mom was like at a chiropractic appointment or something, and we were with her. And then like right down from the doctor's office is this giant like drainage tunnel. Mm-hmm. And we went in there, and she was talking to me about stuff, and she was like, "What if I could give you great power?" And I was like,
I'm good.
What? And she's like, "I'm a wizard." And I was like, no, you're not. She fully was like, "You're not a believer," and like started to get mad. And then she was like, "Would you want to be a wizard?" And I was like, "I've seen Harry Potter. I will, sure, it looks like fun." And she started like chanting, and she was like, "What? Do you have a wand?" And I was like, "No, sorry, fresh out."
Why would I have a wand if I'm not a wizard?
Yeah, right? I think there's kind of like a series of events that have to happen before you carry the equipment.
Right.
But that was about it, and that I just, was not having it.
So the wand was for you.
No, the wand was for her to perform whatever like ceremony.
So she was going to perform the ceremony on you.
Yeah, to make me a wizard.
And asked if you had a wand she can borrow.
Right.
Okay.
I'd be like, "Oh crap! Did she give me one and I forgot to bring it?" Like,
right.
With the other small trash. I can't believe that I allowed myself to be in that situation.
Wow. I feel like there's more stories that you're holding back.
Really? No.
No?
Like those are the main.
Did she wear black all the time?
No.
No?
No.
So she was a colorful wizard.
Yeah, I guess, if that's such a thing.
Did she have a pet cat named Salem?
Negative.
Salem?
Salem?
Salem.
Are you trying to say that
Salem is where she is right now?
Sabrina the Teenage Witch? No, I honestly don't remember any pets. I remember lots of snails.
Snails?
But I think that was just because they were in the backyard. Like,
gotcha.
Of her house.
I wonder if she ate them.
I'm not going to say she didn't.
Right.
I am also never witnessed it, but like
he's like, I'm definitely not going to say she did.
There's no telling if it was a part of a spell or something.
Right. So you never got to witness her making like a brew or a spell.
Oh, no, because I don't know if you know this, but it's fake.
I'm just interested. I don't know.
Yeah, it was just a stupid.
Wow.
I don't know.
How long did this date? Did you date this chick?
I think we were together for like 6 months or so. It wasn't that long.
Gotcha.
But like, it definitely got crazier and crazier as the relationship progressed, and I was like, this is not something.
And she never contacted you anymore after that?
No, not really.
I mean, you found out she was like in isolation in her room for 5 years.
Yeah, I did find out. So whenever, like, shortly after we stopped dating, her dad ended up being moved to the East Coast. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to say specifically where, because I don't want to give too much detail.
Right.
But her dad is a military guy, and they ended up working over there. And so they moved. They all moved to Virginia or something.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, like, I never heard from him.
Gotcha.
Like, Facebook wasn't really a thing.
How'd you find out about the isolation?
So her parents, her grandmother used to live here.
Okay.
And still lived in the same house that they lived in when we were dating.
Oh, wow.
And like, her parents and my parents were really, really good friends. Like, they went to high school together and stuff.
Wow.
And so when they came to visit, like, they would talk, and then my parents would tell me. But then her little brother came one time and was telling me about it, and like, he's fairly normal. You know, he's also in the military. Like, let's hope he's got his head on his shoulders. It sounds like I'm like talking a lot of shit about them. Like, they're really nice people, but
Gotcha.
I don't know.
She was just
Kids are weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was telling me all about it, and I don't know. It was kind of sad.
Yeah.
Like, because aside from a little bit of the crazy wizard stuff, like, she was a fun person. You know, she was
right.
outgoing and whatever. And I guess that she had experienced some kind of trauma that pushed her into that agoraphobic mode. Maybe she was molested or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
And maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
Or maybe she, like, broke her wand and just didn't feel safe outside.
Maybe me not becoming a wizard didn't hit her quota, and so she
Right.
got kicked out and got sad about it.
Or her punishment was 5 years in isolation.
Oh, God.
They put brick dust around her room so she couldn't leave.
Do you have any other questions for me? I don't want to talk about this anymore.
No, that's interesting. But I mean, it was middle school. A lot of weird stuff happened in middle school.
Yeah. Did you do anything stupid in middle school? What was her name?
No, no. Middle school, bro. For me, I would bounce from like Big Springs to Dallas to Big Springs, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And no, I can't say that there was any weirdness going on. I mean, I killed a lot of animals.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, I was just a kid going through shit, I guess. But no, nothing weird. I mean, I was just being a boy, really.
Yeah.
You know,
I
think I had a lot to do with the almost extinction of horny toads. But
just killing lots of lizards.
just taking them horny toads out. But hey, they're back now.
Yeah.
So they're not on the endangered species list anymore.
There's a reptile guy that I follow on Instagram that like breeds giant snakes and lizards and stuff. And he did a video of this little girl bearded dragon that laid a clutch of 20 eggs.
Wow.
Which is apparently like a lot for that's not the same.
No, that's not the same.
It looks similar.
Kind of.
It's not the same thing.
It's not the
My
same.
bad. Yeah, you know, lizards lay eggs. It's a fun fact.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But yeah, I'm just happy to hear that, you know, I didn't wipe them all out.
Yeah. I mean, that would be very impressive if you were the sole cause of an entire species extinction.
Yeah, they would. I wonder if I'd be locked up for that.
Maybe. I mean, once they go on a list, like,
but I'd be in them books. You know what I'm saying? I'd be in them history books.
Is that the kind of legacy you want to leave? But that you kind of touched on something that if you like straight up man to man, if you don't want to talk about this, I'll just delete it so fast.
Okay.
But you had mentioned something at work yesterday that made me very proud for you. And that was that you had started working on like your mental health. Not that anything's like super wrong.
Right.
But you started working on your mental health and are you know, going to counseling and stuff to heal, you said, from some past things.
Right.
What's like your experience been with that now that you've had?
I'd have to say eye-opening.
Yeah.
So growing up, you know, I lived a crazy, tremendous life and witnessed a lot of things. And it was just always, for me, it was never really talked about. It was just always, it is what it is.
Yeah.
We just gonna keep moving. We gonna survive this world no matter what goes on, you know? So like now I'm at a place to where in my life I'm happy, I'm doing good, but
hell yeah,
I can tell that in the back of my mind there's still things that have not been dealt with.
Yeah.
You know, and now I'm of age to where I get to choose to deal with them. And I want to deal with them because I just want to I want everything on the table. I want everything taken care of. That way I can be the man I need to be to whatever wife comes along.
Heck yeah.
And when I have a child, I can be there for that child and let that child know, like, hey, daddy's here. And I'll turn this bitch to Afghanistan if I have to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which, I mean, really anyone that knows me knows that's already a given. But I just want to be the best man I can be. You know, I just want to be beautiful. So that's why I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead, because if I think about past relationships and it's time to fix some things in Zarek, you know.
That's awesome, man.
So,
like, it's cool to know that as your friend, like, it's cool to know that I have chosen somebody to, you know, have in my circle that is self-aware enough and mature enough and intelligent enough to recognize certain things and to be making yourself better. Because not only is it great for you, but it's inspiring to myself.
Right.
Truthfully.
And I'm glad I'm glad that can help you too,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah. But there is definitely, I think, some stuff in my, like, literally after we had that conversation, it threw me into like a tornado of thought of, like, you know, what are some of the things that you have experienced that you're not dealing with or that you keep pushing away? Yeah. Because ultimately, like, it prevents you from being fully present in almost any situation because it's always just right there in the back of your head.
I find myself so numb to situations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So numb to situations, and I'm like, no, everything. I truly believe that when you do things in this world, no matter what it is, you have to do it full-heartedly.
Yeah.
Completely full-heartedly. Whether it's love, whether it's cooking, fishing, whatever it is, do it with your full heart. And I feel like I have things holding me back from that. Like when I look at, like I said, when I look at past relationships, I think about different situations to where whoever I'm in that relationship with can be bawling their eyes out to me and I feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I want to fix those things because I want to feel that passion. I'm a very passionate person. Yeah. Like and certain situations where passion should be there, it wasn't. So that's something that I'm looking to fix.
I love that for you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and there's so many times, like I look at my past relationship and there's so many times to where, you know, she think I was angry or think I'm doing this out of anger. And I'm like, no, it's not anger. It's passion. I'll talk loud or I'll yell and it's because I'm passionate about whatever it is I'm telling you or whatever situation that's going on. And then there's other times where when sadness or something is around and I'm like, the passion's not there. So that passion I need to fix things to where that passion can spill out into other situations, you know? Yeah. So I'm just working on me, man.
That's dope. Yeah. And I feel like if you're not doing that, what are you doing?
Exactly. Like, I'm trying to get zen and shit.
Yeah. If you're not growing in every aspect of your life, like you're stagnant and you're basically a waste of space. And I don't mean to say that so bluntly and like, cause it's an ugly thing. Right. To have to tell people or to even have to realize yourself, like if you're not growing, you are wasting your time.
Exactly, man.
Every breath you take is a waste.
Yeah. So
I applaud you, man.
I appreciate that.
That's really great. And I also want to encourage like anybody who's listening to do the same thing. Like there's resources out there available. Even if like you can't afford to go to a therapist or whatever, like there's things that you can do to grow.
Even if you can't afford to go to a therapist, go to a local church, talk to a pastor.
100%.
Read
a book.
Heck yeah, like find someone. There's someone that's willing to listen and talk to you. Someone, like I said, I don't care if join a church, man.
Right.
You know, and that's that pastor or youth minister or. Someone in that church is going to be willing to help you.
Amen.
And talk to you and get you through some things.
For sure.
You know. But yeah, you definitely need to have someone to talk to.
Yeah. I hate though that I feel like for a long time, the church was that place.
Yeah.
Like, that was the place you went to when you needed that kind of help.
Right.
And now it's become, especially in this political environment where everybody is so radical,
Yeah.
the idea of Christianity even,
Right.
or
But
religion in general
You
is
know what
so
kills me?
stigmatized.
What kills me about it though is I was talking to my uncle who's a pastor, and I was talking to him about it, and really we both agree that it's a lot of it is the Christians' fault too,
That's fair.
because there's a lot of Christians that have learned the ins and outs of Christianity.
Mm-hmm.
They've learned the motions. They've learned what you're supposed to do to be a Christian, but their
Right.
heart's not in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know
Guess
what
how
I'm
much
saying?
that's going to help you when you die.
Right. Huh?
I said, guess how much that's going to help you when you die.
Exactly. And that's what he said. He said there's so many people living this Christian life, going through the actions,
Mm-hmm.
their heart's not in it, so they're still going to hell.
Yeah.
Bottom line, just because you're living this life doesn't. He talks about a story where, this sinner goes and he's at the altar, and he's literally pleading and asking for forgiveness, and God sees his heart and gives it to him because he feels it with his heart.
Yeah.
And the priest is over there praising God, saying, "Thank you, God, that I'm not like this guy and this and that." And that guy went to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just because you're living and walking this way does not mean you are this way.
Right.
And from that conversation, we ended up talking about police.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about police brutality and all this other stuff that's going on in this world today.
Yeah.
And remember on the last podcast, I talked about how we can take race out of this and still talk about, the way they abuse their badge.
Right.
And it's the same thing. The same thing that's happening in the Christian church is the same thing that's happening in the police force. You have these cops that have put this badge on, taken these classes, gone through this oath,
Right.
and they're doing this to uphold the law, but their heart's not in it.
Right.
They're going through these motions, but their heart is in a whole different place. So that makes you that bad person. That makes you that bad cop.
Yeah. That's a very good point. You could say the same, like you could put on a priest robe, but if you're touching
Exactly.
kids,
Thank you.
bye.
You know what I'm saying? Like, exactly.
I wish it was that easy though. Sometimes, like if you ended up finding people that are just awful, you could just bye.
Yeah. Bye.
And then that
Right.
would be the end
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah. And there's so many people, and that's why I say everything you're going to do in this world, do it full-heartedly.
Yeah.
Like, put your heart into it. And that would change this world so much if people just put their
Yeah.
hearts in it.
Heck yeah.
And that's one thing, like with my weight loss, in 2 weeks, I've lost 15 pounds.
I can see
And
it.
the thing is like, and now I feel like I'm about to step that up so much more, because now I'm actually looking at my inner self. Now I'm actually facing my inner demons, and I'm going to start making sure that I'm living what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
That everything I do, I'm going to be putting my heart into it. So, like, because, growing up, bro, football, boxing, my heart was in that.
Yeah.
My heart was in it.
And you excelled.
Yeah. Dominated. It was never a question. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I wasn't
absolutely.
one of those where when they talked about Zarek, they're like, "Oh, he was all right." And we got Zarek? Cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and that's how I feel I need to get back to that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, in my weight loss journey and everything, that's what it's going to be now. Putting my heart into everything I do.
Heck yeah.
Even
dude.
at work.
Yeah.
Bottom line, no matter what I do now, I am focusing, even love, like, and that's one thing that I've always feared, though, is like my passion and in love is, will the person I get with match that?
Right. That's why they say, like, literally, I wish I was studied enough to quote the exact verse, but in the Bible even it says, like, you need to be equally yoked.
Equally yoked, yeah.
Like, your person needs to be working on themselves as much as you
Yeah.
are. Like,
Yeah.
they need to be putting in the exact amount, if not more effort.
Exactly.
Like you as a couple should be trying to not only focus on yourselves but grow each other.
Yeah, build together and
Yeah.
dominate,
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's out there.
Yeah.
I have 100% always been that person. Like, I'm kind of a romantic at my core. And I believe that those things are possible. I believe that there is somebody like specific made for
everyone. Yeah. It's coming. I just got to get myself together.
Yeah, because you can't be in a healthy relationship if you're not healthy in and of yourself.
Right. Yeah. I have to.
I mean, at least mentally and emotionally.
Once I get mine, get it all together. I'll be. I know
You're gonna be
okay.
a freaking powerhouse.
You think so?
Unstoppable.
I hope so. I hope I can get like Joe Rogan's level, $100 million for Spotify.
Yeah.
Hate that guy. I'm just playing. I love you, Joe.
He listens. You know, he's a fan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan's a fan, people.
You know what? That makes me think of something else. Apparently, the CIA. No. Yes. Somebody. The government.
The MIB.
Yeah. They've released this documentation about how we're actually like holographic projections of some kind of energy or whatever, as if aliens wasn't enough this month.
Right.
And so they were talking about like that's why manifestation and claiming things, that's why it works, because it's literally like a simulation kind of. And I'm like, there's some things that I wholeheartedly believe in, like speaking things into existence, like from a spiritual standpoint,
right.
100%. But some of that, like, there's just been more and more crazy nonsense coming out.
The government's released this?
Yeah.
Well, I know the government. I know there was something released about aliens,
or at least UFOs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't even gotten to hear or see that or research that yet, which I'm highly interested in.
We might. Have
and
to do
why
an
is the
episode
world
on
not freaking out?
Oh, because we're too worried about sneezing in each other's mouths. We're too focused on going to a Trump rally or disrupting one.
Maybe all this happened so that we have to wear masks so we can't tell the difference.
Maybe the aliens' mouths are weird.
You know, there's always been the conspiracy of shapeshifters and lizard people.
Yes.
You know, that's always been a
primarily
thing.
In the Illuminati.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you look at some of these clips that they show, it makes you question.
Like when their eyes do that weird thing?
When their eyes do that weird thing, or they like freeze up and it literally looks like they glitched out.
Yeah.
And it's like, what is going on here? But then it's like, well, how much coke did she do before she got on stage?
That's fair.
Like,
that's very fair. Who is it? Wendy Williams is one of the ones that...
Oh, I just watched the Wendy Williams one.
She's done it several times on her show, like live on air.
Yeah. So Wendy Williams, and she's built weird anyway. She's definitely built like an alien.
She's kind of Amazonian. She's real tall.
Yeah. And
or at least she appears that way.
Hillary, it's happened with Hillary a few times.
Yeah. Uh-huh. We're talking Duff or
Clinton. Clinton.
Clinton.
Definitely talking about Clinton.
No. It's weird.
But you know, they're also from West Texas, so it's like,
Wait, what?
No, those are the Bushes. Never mind.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Bush grew up in West Texas. They're from Midland.
Oh, okay, wait. When you said Bushes, my head went plant, not person.
Wow.
So I was like, what does that have
Yeah, no, the Bushes grew up. Yeah, their house is like a memorial there now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a weird thing.
Yeah, so it's not surprising that he was as dumb as he was. So dumb, he got a TV show about Little Bush. You never watched that show, Little Bush?
Little Bush.
Hilarious.
Are we talking about the president?
Yes. What other Bush do you know? Not Reggie Bush.
Little Bush.
Yes, Cartoon Network. Adult Swim, I think, did a cartoon called Little Bush.
No.
Bro, you have to go. It is hilarious. He's so dumb in that show. Like, oh my God, it's hilarious.
You know, I do have to say though, like, as a president, like the time when we were going into war, like, he had it rough. I'm gonna say that much. At least that's
without a doubt.
However, I went to a success school for one of those multi-level marketing companies that I thought was going to change my life. And he was one of the featured speakers there.
Oh, wow.
And let me tell you, whether you liked him as a president or not, the man is intelligent as all. Like, he really is. He's smart. He was funny, like charming, like.
Right.
And I guess that's part of the allure of being a political like figurehead.
Yeah.
Is you have to have some of those things, or else like
Right.
your shit's not gonna work. But it was kind of eye opening because every single thing that I had ever experienced in regards to him through media or comedy was like he's a dumb redneck.
Yeah.
And then to sit and listen to him speak so like eloquently and candidly, I was like, this is not the person I was expecting. It was very cool.
You know who I'm really shocked at on the dumbness level is Trump. Like, such an amazing businessman, you know, or maybe he just hires the right people to run his businesses. I don't know. But for him to say, if we if we stop doing COVID testing, the COVID numbers would be lower. Well, no shit, Sherlock.
He's not wrong.
like,
Oh my god.
duh.
Yeah.
Of course the numbers are going to be lower. We're not testing no one.
Right. If you don't tie your shoes, there's a higher chance that your shoes won't be tied.
Right. Like,
Of course.
Really? I didn't know that.
Can't believe it.
But man, it just feels good to be back in the studio.
Yes, man.
So we do have something else we have to talk about.
What's that?
The YouTube channel. We indulged a little more about this through text messages.
Yeah, and then guess what? Our editor decided he needed to move to freaking San Antonio.
Screw that guy.
So I don't know. We're still working out the kinks on that. We
Okay.
need to get some equipment for that specifically. Which brings me to, a little segue. Should I play some music? I don't know. Could this be like our own sponsor spot for us?
Okay.
I'm just practicing for when we have actual sponsors. This podcast is brought to you by us.
No other.
And primarily, us and Aunt April.
And Jeff, cousin Jeff. Cousin Jeff helped us out a little bit, sent us some cashola.
Hell yeah. So if you find that we give your life any kind of value as a show or as people in general, we you can always be a part and get your shout out in and help us grow this. If you want to donate to the Cash App that we've got going for the podcast at IDK Bro Podcast. I don't know. Man, I'm done with this song. That's annoying the shit out of me.
Yeah, did you make that one?
Negative. I just found it on the internet somewhere. But yeah, like we want to keep doing this. We want to keep growing, and we believe that we have the power.
Yeah.
I hate asking people for money. Like, it just is so uncomfortable. But that's what it takes. Like,
when I first got into sales, that's what I was told. I was like, some old man, he was like, don't be afraid to ask people for money.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Because this kind of is, I mean, however small we have started, it is, it's a business. We do have to, pay for things. We have to grow this, and if we want one day to have our merch out there, we have to have a way to pay for it, and we're actively seeking ways to do so. So like if you don't ask, it's not going to happen ever.
Exactly.
So, if you guys,
hey Joe,
we heard you just landed in $100 million.
Right. So if you got like a couple dollars, you can send your boy.
Just
you
a
know
couple.
what I'm saying?
Anyway, I'm cringing at that a little bit, but I need to get over it. We need, we need to grow. Yeah, absolutely. So also, if you want to, pay for a spot on here, we do get several hundred downloads every week.
That's dope.
So we can, get word out of your business, or, if you're an artist that likes to get commissioned, we can, shout you out. But it's, a little business transaction has to happen.
Right.
Anyway, I had a crazy ass nightmare last night.
Oh.
Yeah, and when I was in the dream, I knew who the two other people that were in it were. When I woke up, I forgot, and that's the dumbest thing.
That happens like so often though.
Because it was so, it was one of those lucid dreams. Like I could control what I was doing.
Yeah.
and it was very like, excuse me, it was very
I'm glad you moved the mic.
real feeling. Like
Right.
I woke up sad.
Oh,
Like,
dang.
I woke up physically like tired from it.
So are you gonna tell us?
Absolutely. I'm just crazy. Like, I think it's nuts how the body will react to something that the brain totally made up.
Right.
Like, completely made up. It was me and a friend were in one vehicle, and there was another friend that was following us. We ended up going to, like, you know how Flat Rock is, where there's kind of like trees around it, and access to water and stuff. We had like a trailer of some kind, and one of the dudes that was in the dream ended up going crazy and tying up a couple of people and lighting it on fire. I saved them, which was cool.
You go.
But then, like, I was running away to this house, and he shot me in the back twice. And there was a guy and his girlfriend inside the house. He had a gun, but they were like, I was like, help, and they weren't doing anything. This doesn't make any sense. I don't know why I brought this up.
It's a dream. You got to keep going. Wait, when you were running, did you fall?
I did fall.
You tripped.
I fell. And then, like,
I thought you were better than that.
but I didn't die. And in fact, the guy was coming after me, and I remember this, like, there was like a good concrete step to get to the house where that couple was. And he was on top of it, and I was like trying to hide, behind it to not get shot again. And then all of a sudden he's like, whatever, throws the gun down and runs into the middle of the street and gets plowed by a semi.
Oh, wow.
And I just remember seeing brains and things everywhere. Like, it was so absolutely insane.
That is weird. So what'd you eat before you went to bed?
Taco Bell.
There's your answer.
You're probably not wrong. However, I've never really had that kind of, like, nothing I've eaten has really affected
That
my
you know
dreams before. You're not, yeah, that's fair.
Evidently there's pills you can take for lucid dreaming.
What?
Yeah, there's pills you can order. You can check it out. It's on Amazon or anywhere, I'm sure. And you can order pills that evidently help stimulate your mind for lucid dreaming. Definitely probably has mushrooms in it. People are fighting to get shrooms legal.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I figured they would wait until, weed was
Right.
everywhere.
Yeah, they're fighting for shrooms too now.
Have fun however you can have it, I guess.
Yeah. I kind of want to try peyote.
I'm afraid. I don't, anything that involves throwing up.
Do you throw up?
Yeah.
I just know the Indians
There's
do it.
peyote, and there's another one, ayahuasca.
What's ayahuasca?
It's pretty similar. You drink it, and it like you end up barfing, and then go into this crazy spiral for 4 hours.
I'm used to barfing, so
I'm not. I would rather do anything else.
yeah, it's just like a daily routine for me.
That is called bulimia.
But I'm like way too big to be bulimic.
No.
I just have a horrible, horrible gag reflex.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would never be gay. I just wouldn't be good at it. It just wouldn't work out.
They do other stuff. I've heard.
I'm
about
not
it. I've heard them
interested.
say it. What were we talking about? Now I'm confused.
We ended up on vomiting.
Oh yeah, from ayahuasca and peyote.
Yeah.
Apparently, like, some people have claimed to experience deities and other life forms not of this earth.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. I've like, what was it? There's another one.
And I think that's part of-
DMT is another one where
and
people
I-
talk about it, like, unlocks a certain part of your brain that allows you to experience other planes of existence.
And I think that's why they're trying to fight to get it legal, because they're saying that what do you call them? They have a category.
Hallucinogenics.
Yes, are religious, because they were originally used for religions.
Yeah, I have
So,
also heard that. However, the last thing I think we need is somebody busting into a CVS and shooting it up because some god told him so.
Right.
I don't know where I stand on, like, the limiting of mind altering substances.
I don't know. I mean, we Ritlin's a mind-altering substance.
Yeah, most pharmaceuticals are.
Adderall, so how does that work?
I feel like there's a spectrum.
Caffeine is a mind-altering. Some religions don't allow you to have caffeine.
Right, but that's, like I said, that falls on a spectrum of, acceptable to this man is literally trying to bite somebody's face off because he did bath salts.
Yeah, but that's not...
Like, nobody ever had a Coke and was like, I'm going to go bite some bitch's face off.
I think the original Coke was, because the original Coke was made with real
Bad
cocaine.
example, okay?
I think so. I'm just throwing it out
Nobody
there.
had some herbal green tea and was like, hey, let's go shoot up a elementary school. Not that all drugs make you do that. I'm just saying.
No, they don't at all. You have some really nice pictures.
Thank you.
I can't wait to get on YouTube because
I don't-
showing all these.
Okay. I don't like this one sometimes. I love this one. It's a picture of Bill Murray in like a Napoleon-style garb, but he's sitting at such an angle. That hoe's eyes follow you.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it's a
creeps
creepy
me
picture.
out. Like, I made a TikTok about it, too, the other day because I was
I saw it.
I was in my kitchen
I like them all.
at 3 a.m. naked eating chips,
That's weird.
and Bill was just staring at me.
Like, that boy naked chewing them Doritos.
It was kind of hot, but like
That's weird.
also kind of weird. Scared me a little bit. Also something that's weird that scared me a little bit. Have you heard of randonauting?
Randonauting?
Yeah.
No.
So randonauting is this new thing that people have, spread around. If we haven't gathered it already, I am always on TikTok. Like, that app is ruining my life. So a lot of trends that I hear of come from there. This is one of them. But it's there's this specific app that they call it a quantum random number generator.
Okay.
And it picks out these coordinates for you to go to, like, at random. And so in the app, I actually tried it, and it's kind of freaky. But it asks you to, like, to concentrate on your intention. Like, what are you trying to find? What do you want to see?
Okay.
Basically. And it's been, like, pretty controversial for a lot of people that have made videos about it. Because it's basically an online scavenger hunt. And some people have found, like, one of the main stories is this couple of teenagers, they found a suitcase, like, by a pier that had a body in it.
Oh, dang.
Like, so it finds, apparently this app or quantum computer or whatever the heck that it uses finds these different anomalies. Excuse me, I'm dying. I'm imploding. Finds these anomalies and sends you to them, and then, like, you can make a report on it. And it's pretty crazy.
What?
And so, yeah. So not only did that one happen,
That's like some dark web type shit.
it's scary. It's more like
Have you done this?
dark magic. I did it once, yeah, and it freaked me out.
What'd you come across?
So before I get to what I found,
Oh, God.
there was another one where this girl concentrated on death. Her and her boyfriend went and did it, and they were concentrating on death. The app gave them the location of a man who was literally dying in his girlfriend's arms after a shooting. And she ended up, like, having to give a police report and all kinds of stuff because they came up, on him and tried to help. Like,
What?
yeah, it's not cool. So
That's some demons.
when I did it, I wasn't really concentrating on anything.
Okay.
Like, I didn't have any set intention that I was going for. But it gave me the location back deep in these neighborhoods that I didn't even know existed in our town, like, truthfully. And it was like this random block that I went to, and the last house on the right-hand side of the street that I went on, there was, like, a single grave site. And they're, like, kind of off to the side of their front yard. Like, and it almost looked kind of fresh because it was, like, a pile of rocks with a headstone and a cross.
What?
And I was like, I don't want this in my in my life. It was freaking crazy.
What?
But yeah, it's crazy. What was it? There's a thing that I was gonna read on here. Talked about the intention. Some people have discovered beautiful spots in nature, unexplained or creepy coincidences, as well as different symbols and messages. Another one of them that somebody found was like it looked like a bird, like in this forest that was just stuck mid-flight, like not moving, like a glitch in the world. Like, is that not scary? Do you want to do it later?
No, I don't actually. No, I'm not interested.
Yeah. So when that was the first thing that it freaking took me to as a gravesite, I was like, I am deleting this.
That's some demon shit, bro.
Yeah, I'm not for it.
Wow.
But it's more and more stories are coming out about people finding, these insane like.
And what's it called? One more time.
It's called randonauting.
Randonauting.
Yeah, and I believe, and try it at your own risk. It's kind of freaky, but the app is called Randonautica. I don't know. It's could be dangerous, so be careful.
Yeah, I am.
But that was
so not interested.
One of the weirdest things that I experienced this last few weeks.
Wow.
I don't like it. Anyway, I don't know how we got there, but it's over now. But it's over now.
Yeah. Wow. Well, anyway, it's 4:00. We have to.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Get going. It's been real.
It's been real.
Guys, I'm so happy we're back.
Me too.
Anyway, love you guys.
I missed this.
Yeah.
I miss us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a special time where I get to hang out with one of my friends,
Right.
and just chill.
Just chill.
Catch up.
Talk. Do
Deep eye contact.
drugs.
I mean, where? And why aren't you sharing? Because I have not been given any drugs. Yeah, guys, go check out the social media.
It almost sounded like you were going to say, guys, go yourself.
Much love. Piss off.
All right, guys.
We love you guys. Check out the social media at IDK Podcast everywhere. Hit us up on that Cash App if you feel ever so obliged. And we will see you on the next episode.
All right. Later, guys.
Bye.